Good morning, good morning. This is Pierre Laguerre here, your daily motivator. And today with this new little jam, I'm here to challenge, inspire, and motivate you. So with that, are you ready to join me on this little trip here? Come on, we're gonna talk about your vision, your leadership, your health, your wealth. Are you ready to join me? Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. This is a new gym just for you. And today I want to challenge you on thinking about what Kobe Bryant's passing means to you. And of course, as the title says, I want to tell you what it means to me. And hopefully some of those same things resonate with you as well. So first off, I got the news last night on Sunday from one of my business associates, and I was certainly shocked. But not being a stranger to people close to me passing from this life into the next, my first thoughts were, oh wow, so what does this mean? Exactly. And let me start by putting you at ease here because, my focus as the daily motivator is to challenge, inspire, and motivate you. So first thing, I'm going to take it from a spiritual standpoint, and then I'm going to share with you 3 key things that it means to me. I want you to know that in this life, it's like we're walking through the valley of the shadow of death. And of course, for those of you who know Psalm 23, those of you who are Christians or read the Bible in some form, you may be a Messianic Jew or Jew even, you know about this. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. So first off, for those of you who idolize the man, you need to recognize that everybody in this life is going to go one day. That's number one. But number 2, death is not the end. It's not the end of it, and for those of you who are listening to this, you know that my first wife, she went on to be with the Lord, and one day my kids and I, we will meet her again. And so will some of you here that are her friends and family as well listening to me. But here's the key. Light wins over darkness. And I want to remind you as the daily motivator that you always win. It doesn't matter what things look like. You were made to keep moving, just like God. God is constantly on the move. And I want you to know that regardless of what darkness hits you, what dark times hit you, you need to keep moving. So that's where I wanted to kind of inspire you to start with. But now let's go on and really share with you, what does Kobe's passing mean to me? First off, to me, when I think of Kobe Bryant, I think of a man who's got a relentless discipline about himself. This young man came out of high school to go straight into the NBA, but here's one of the things that the Black Mamba was known for. He will finish a game, and he will have his trainer come on the court with him. After the game is over, everybody's left the court and left the stadium, and my man will go on drilling on his own drills, drilling the basketball, going back to practicing his shots because he wanted to improve. Now, for me, if there's anybody in the NBA that I always liked, it was Michael Jordan, as I'm sure a lot of you know and like him as well. But here's the thing. Michael Jordan, the highest he ever scored on a game against the Celtics was 63 points. And this was, when Michael was just up and coming in the league, right? A rookie who really set himself apart. And we know that Kobe Bryant patterned himself after Michael Jordan until he got to meet Michael in the big leagues, in the NBA. But here's the thing. Kobe went on to score 80 points in a game. And you know what? His retirement game, he scored 60 points. This young man had a work ethic like no other. And Michael Jordan is competitive. And of course, the reason I'm bringing both of them up is because they were very competitive people. Michael, just give him a chance to be competitive and he will go all the way to win whatever it is. And his coaches have always said they've never met anybody like him. Same thing with Kobe. Kobe had that competitiveness and that competitive edge. So it all came from that relentless discipline. So I'm asking you, do you have a relentless discipline about yourself? Do you have a way to stay focused on the vision that's set before you? This young man did. Now, here's the second thing that Kobe's passing reminds me of. He was a champion. Yes, we know that he won with the Lakers, but here's what most people tend to forget. When Kobe came to the NBA, he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets. I think that was the name at the time. I'll double check here and put it under the podcast description if I'm wrong. But it was the Charlotte Hornets. It might have been the Bobcats at the time. I'm going to have to check the name for you. But here's the thing. He knew he wanted to go to LA. So he asked to be traded to LA. And of course, at the time, LA was putting together their team. And I think that's when they kind of got Shaq to come over a year prior. And Kobe went, and he was a member of that team, and they won multiple championships with Pat Riley. So my point here is this. This young man had a vision of success. Guys, this is 20 years ago, 18 years old. Kobe, more than that, 23 years ago, because he passed, he was 41 years old. He had a vision of playing for a championship team. You see, so many times in life, you just get dealt something and then you have to work your way through. Michael Jordan got on the Bulls team from 1984 and he did not win his first championship until 1991. It wasn't so for Kobe. He got on with the Lakers and these guys were champions not long after. And so I want you to understand in your life, do you have a vision of what it looks like to win? Because this young man always wanted to win. And yeah, I know I spoke about that relentless discipline and that competitive edge, but he was a champion at heart. And he had the mindset of a champion. And now let me ask you, how many NBA folks do you know own their own helicopters? Come on. 60 to 65% of the folks that leave professional basketball, any kind of professional sport, in 5 years or so, they're broke. Those are the stats, folks. Real stats. But what I want to tell you is that this young man had a vision. He was taking his daughter to practice when this happened. And I want you to understand, what is your vision for your life? Go back and see that vision. Is it moving you towards winning? Do you have the mindset of a champion? Are you staying with that mindset? And of course, the third thing on my list here that Kobe's passing puts in my mind, which my first wife's passing also did for me, was add that sense of urgency in my life. You see, as I'm sitting here, as I promised on my blog, I would meet my second queen. And as I'm recording this, believe it or not, she's actually listening to me. And what I want to tell you is that life is short. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, right? You've got a short life ahead of you. And some of you tend to forget that Jesus Christ came, he spent 3.5 years in ministry, and then he died. For you and for me, of course. Right? But 33 years, we might say, oh my gosh, he went so quick. So what I want to tell you is this. People in this life, everybody must pass through death. Matter of fact, it's a promise in the Bible. And a wise king wrote about it. He said, everyone will pass through death, every man. It is appointed to every man to die once, and then the judgment. So everybody will pass through death. If Jesus Christ had to pass through death, so will you. Unless he returns right now, cracks the sky and pulls you up, But until that happens, everybody will be passing through death. You will be shedding this skin, this flesh that's holding on to your spirit and your soul. So a sense of urgency, what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Do you have a sense of urgency about yourself? When I was in sales working for big companies in data storage and servers and networking, when it was time to sell something, we had to stay with that customer until they bought it. We had to make sure we answered every objection. We had to make sure that whatever interaction happened, it was quick, it was precise, it was effective, and it was leading towards the sale and the customer buying what it is they wanted. So in sales, we always had a sense of urgency. My question to you, do you have a sense of urgency? Because without a sense of urgency, you will not maintain a relentless discipline. Without a sense of urgency, you will not maintain the mindset of a champion. And without a sense of urgency, When somebody great like Kobe passes on, you will get yourself in desperation and in shock, forgetting that you've got to live your own life. You've got to make a decision. You've got to live a legacy for others. So this is the Daily Motivator just telling you, come on, get off your butt, get out of darkness, get up and start walking towards your dreams. If today you're not walking towards your dreams, who's going to hold your hands and take you there? If you're not going to get a sense of urgency about yourself and go on and do the things that you must do, are you going to wait until you're 90 years old? Are you going to wait until you're 100 years old? Come on now. I've got a grandma who's 100, and you know what? She's praying all the time that her kids have a sense of urgency about themselves. And she's seen 3 more generations beside her own, and she's just really praying to see everybody move into the destiny that God has for them. And so today I'm calling you to get that sense of urgency about yourself and to really take action on the vision that God has put on your heart. This has been Pierre Laguerre, your Daily Motivator. I'll catch you on the next episode. Have a great day. And so with that, I look forward to you joining me on the next episode. I'll be here to help challenge, inspire, and motivate you towards your vision, passion, health, wealth, and leadership. Again, it's Pierre Laguerre. I'll catch you on the next episode.